So I'm here with Mavendu, and he interned at a startup. It's a small company,
Right.
dealt with batteries in Ann Arbor. So can you tell me a little bit about, just a little bit of background about the size of the company and the type of project you're going on?
So I interned with Sakti3. It's a startup based out of Ann Arbor, and they have developed a new advanced battery technology. And as you know, that is clean tech, green tech. The battery forms a very important part of the new green tech, clean tech equation. So they are getting a lot of visibility as far as attention from venture capitalists go. So recently they got a Series B funding to the tune of about $10 million from venture fund in the Bay Area. So now they are looking to move from a startup stage to an actual large-scale manufacturing facility. So they are taking their first baby steps to that stage, and they posted their internship on the Ross Careers website under the Master Learning Internship, and that's how I got interested.
So when you went an interview with them, did you notice anything different about that interview and hiring process versus something from a bigger traditional firm? Or was it pretty much the standard? What was your observations about that?
I would say that is the process was slightly informal as compared to what you would see in a larger firm. Most of the times in a larger firm, the process would be more geared towards their own formal ways of interviewing candidates. There might be a behavioral interview, and then people might kind of like look at the aspects that they want to test you on. But in a startup, they are kind of like looking at some very specific things, and then if you meet those criteria, you're in, and it's a matter of whether it's a fit or not.
So in your case, what do you think they really honed in on? What was it about your things that they were looking for specifically? What's your thoughts on that?
I would say that as my engineering background helped quite a bit, because as I said, that is many times the requirements are very specific. So they were looking for someone who's familiar with the electronics space and has an engineering background and can understand as to how to translate the engineering sort of requirements or the engineering sort of product specs that they're working on, and see how that can be translated into a marketing sort of plan for them.
So were they fairly direct in asking?
Oh yeah.
Do you know this?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were, in fact, to the certain extent, the CEO at one point of time bluntly asked me as to how comfortable would I be to go through a design diagram and
it's really technical.
Yeah. So that was, it's like she went to the extent of whether I still would like to look at those engineering diagrams or whether I have kind of totally gone on to the management side.
Wow.
So yeah.
So now, so now your classmates are coming back. Some of them went to internships at very larger companies. You went to a startup. Can you contrast your internship at a startup versus somebody who maybe have worked at a larger company? What do you think is the biggest differences about the internships?
I would say that it is the amount of flexibility that you have to show in a startup. That is, for a startup or a smaller company for that matter, the priorities change on a day-to-day basis. So you have to always be ready that in addition to the main project that you're doing, you should also be able to jump in at times when your help is required in some other related project or some other related assignment, so that you can help them when the help is needed. Because I guess in any small company, the major criteria is how to keep the company running and bring it to a stage where it gets cash flow positive. That's the bottom line, and everything is secondary to that. So adjusting with the day-to-day changing priorities, I guess, would be the biggest difference between an internship at a large firm where things are fairly well organized and well thought out even before that.
So in order to know what kind of things need to happen, did you find yourself having to talk to the management within the company a lot more? I feel like you had to kind of interact with them.
Actually, I ended up talking to everybody in the company.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 20-people company, and almost, so it's not like in a big firm you would have a department and you would kind of like talk to that one person and he would give you all the information that you about that department. In a smaller firm, that one person is the department. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're talking operations, then that one person would know everything, and you have to make sure that is you are on a good terms or a good equation with everybody, because if you're not kind of like talking to that one person, you might be missing out the whole part of the picture there.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks a lot for sharing your experience with us.
thank you.